Hi there, I hope you're doing very well. I bumped into this question this morning, it's quite a frequent one. So this guy asks, and I quote,
Anarchist. So I have a question. What happens when a person takes another life, or rape, or molestation, robbery? How are these such things handled?
well, I'd like to ask a few questions as well. What happens when the government runs a monopoly on law? What happens when a power elite extorts people for being employed, using a car, or selling things, and then calls this extortion racket taxation? What happens when a power elite instigates mass murder abroad and calls it war? What happens when such a system imprisons people for owning the wrong types of vegetation? What happens when family courts destroy the emotional lives of children in secret hearings? Under the law of the power elite, they freely engage in criminality. There's no accountability. Those who do wrong are ideologically pedestaled. Victims rarely receive recompense. We know what would happen in a free society with private law. We can see what happened with the Brehon law of the Irish and with the Xeer law of the Somalians. In these systems, people who damage other people's interests have to pay restitution to their victims. There are no prisons, there's no power elite who can make a generous living breaking the law and get away with it by calling themselves the government. And those who cannot pay restitution or refuse to do labour in recompense were called outlaws and evicted from communities. That's what an effective system of law looks like. The government law system is a total fraud and failure, and when proven to be so, nothing changes and no one is held accountable. So I hope you found that insightful, and thank you very much for listening.